Good afternoon. This is Sahara with your today's mini minute. While it may seem like today's news is pretty upsetting, I want to remind you that at the last year I did a progress chart on the United States. You see, our country has a astrological chart as well. And I also did a YouTube on the yugas, big time cycles for the age of Aquarius. And we are just about to enter into a fantastic new age. And our national chart shows it. The problem is, will the crossover be rougher than anticipated? Because there are signs that the change will be just that. So that things get better is given. It's in the stars, and in two ways, through the yugas and our national chart, which is cheery, and I need to think about that from time to time myself. Now, I'm going to go over some of the dreams I've had, and if you wanted to know more about the way these dreams are coming about, just let me know, because I would love to do a tutorial on how this works. But in the meantime, on June 6th, I got a very visual when I was waking up, and it was a man in a hazmat suit. Mind you, a hazmat suit is not a firefighter suit. And but I recognized that he was dealing with a fire situation. And he was collapsing on a bench. And he was just like taking his last gasping breath. So it was just a little upsetting to see a young noble person fighting something that is a little beyond a fire, and it was in Alaska and Canada, and they don't have fires there. At least they didn't until now. Not like now. This is and right after the well, I guess I saw the dream June 6th, and this started coming true in the beginning of August. Most of my dreams have a short time to it, that they're going to happen within a relatively short time. And so around the August of this year, which I guess that would be like 2 months later from the dream, there was a lot of fires in Canada and Alaska. And here is a satellite map of Alaska and the fires, and this is that infrared heat. Um, and that's showing you what a terrible disaster that is. There's just one thing more about this vision. See, I think my visions come to uh, not just prove that this is a phenomena that you can see the future, but that there is a way to deal with it in a positive way, and to foreknowing, if you know in advance. You see, it's not going to get better. If you think this year was bad, wait till next year and the following year. And the the reason for the hazmat suit was under the frozen tundra and a lot of the melting ice, there's huge deposits of methane gas. And if that increases at the rate that it's increasing, the air can literally catch on fire. And that's what they're saying about the climate warming. They're saying we shouldn't have cows. Cows have flatulence. They're gassy little creatures. They have two stomachs, and they're releasing, with the amount of the big cattle industry. It's amazing that that's such a threat. So don't eat meat and don't let the ice cap melt because the air will literally be flammable. And that's why I had this particular vision. Here is a vision of a firefighter trying to fight the fires in Alaska and Canada. And this is unheard of in the past, not to this extent. Here is a little note I made in the Facebook group. And you'll see, I just typed them down fast so that they're timestamps. I saw a hazmat suit in Alaska and Canada, an exhausted man. He was collapsing on a bench. Now here's something, now I saw that visually. Then when I woke up, I heard the phrase Zionist in Atlanta. Okay, I heard it. I'm not used to hearing things. I guess that's a good sign. I see visions though, and so Zionist in Atlanta. I can't figure that out. If anybody has a clue what that means. Also around the 1st of June, I saw a giant oil rig collapsing in, I guess, in North Sea. It seemed to be north of Greenland. Psychically, I've seen a lot of activity up there. Will we ever know about this natural disaster? I don't know. Because when it's so far away, we don't get to find out about the terrible destruction that is happening. Is it Russian or U.S. or I don't know, but it is a disaster. Will we ever know about it? The fish know. Our environment, Mother Earth knows. Around June 26th, I saw Putin dancing on the frozen tundra. He was very happy. He was thrilled for the climate change. The more the planet warms up, the better. He was saying, we've dealt with this terrible cold long enough. It doesn't bother me if the place warms up a little bit, and there's a reason. I was, of course, shocked. I said, who likes climate change? What a mess this is. This is, all the reasons why we should love our planet. It doesn't make sense. He's a crafty fellow, but I didn't think he was crazy. And then one of the people on the Psychic Predictions of the World sent me this. First of all, let me show you some pictures of different areas in the Soviet Union. What do you think of this? And this is the way Trump wants our environment as well. Now the question is why? One of the contributors on Psychic Predictions of the World sent me this YouTube put out by the Weather Channel, and it is shocking. And I'm going to put the URL below in the comment section. Please, 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 if you love the earth, if you could want to get down and kiss the earth and hug a tree, watch this. If you care about your children and your grandchildren, watch this. It's that good. You see, it was Mary Ann Redding sent me this. She is a contributor on Psychic Predictions, and I have some predictions she's made. I'll bring them in the next Miracle Minute. And in this documentary, it is explained why it is to Putin's and Russia's advantage to have as much global warming as possible, which is unbelievable. So it's called Vice on HBO, made by the Weather Channel, which has bought a lot of really timely things that is for humanity. If you're with the Weather Channel, you must have an affinity for Mother Earth. And so watch this, and we'll go into a little more on the next Miracle Minute. I wish you dew and sweet dreams. Oh, by the way, in order to stay up to date with each Miracle Minute, you must subscribe. I cannot notify you when there is another one or answer your questions. Once you subscribe, there's a little more interaction and you get notified, and so that's a good thing. so, this is my Zen kitty cat, and I adore him. He says, that was Zen, Z-E-N, and this is Meow. And over in the right-hand corner, you will see a little Zen kitty. That's what you press. And we'll bring some, tomorrow I have updates on the fast-changing world that we live in, and hopefully at least some intermittent good news. Sweet dreams, my dear friends.